Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know what to do on this channel. We're going to continue to set the record straight, stop the lies, and stop the narratives on these fools. That's what we're going to continue to do, man. I don't care. This is what we have to do. And we're going to talk about Isiah Thomas in this video because Isiah Thomas just continues to... These guys, man, what's up with these guys? They just talk crazy. Everything is what if. Everything's a woulda, coulda, shoulda now. Everything is I'm greater than this guy, or I should have did this. Everything is about I, me. And that's why I did that video about Walt Frazier today and how humbling and how refreshing it was, to listen to someone like Walt Frazier give so much credit for one of his greatest moments, probably perhaps the greatest moment of his career. And he gave all the credit to Willis Reed. Like, I mean, my God, these guys today, man, when you hear some of these guys speak and you listen to Isiah Thomas, guy's got no humility, no class, man. He never talks to any of his teammates. Everything's about what he did. I did this. Michael Jordan, that. Scottie Pippen, this. All this nonsense. If this guy, this, if that. Doing a lot of ifs now. And we're going to talk about this video, man, because he did I heard him say something about if Kevin Durant didn't tear his Achilles and he would be a top 10 player, or we don't know where he would be. A lot of ifs now from Isiah Thomas. Scottie Pippen could have won a championship now without Michael Jordan, and also the nonsense that he talks. We're going to talk about this video, man. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man. For real, guys, I am truly humbled by all the support, man. Shout out to everybody in the membership. Shout out to all you guys that comment, like the videos. Like I said, I try to interact with you guys as much as possible, man. So shout out to you guys. If I don't get back to you, man, forgive me. But I really appreciate it, guys. You guys know what to do, man. Thank you for standing up. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to talk about Isiah Thomas real quick and set the record straight in this fool, man. And really just... We need to just break some things down here, man, because he's doing a lot of talking out here on social media. I saw him make some comments, like I said, about the whole situation. Someone walking their dog over here. But yeah, Isiah Thomas making the comments about Kevin Durant, guys. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. Making comments about Kevin Durant. And how Kevin Durant, we don't know where he would be, if he didn't tear his Achilles, and, he would probably be a top 10 player all the time, and then, we didn't really get a chance, to appreciate, what he could have done, blah, 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 man. Just a bunch of nonsense, man. I heard him make some comments about Karl Malone. He made some comments about Karl Malone on this article that I was reading the other day, about Karl Malone and how he was like, the weak link now. He cost the Utah Jazz a championship because he was missing free throws. And I mean, just a lot of, once again, a lot of nonsense. He's bringing up a lot of, like I said, we're trying to rewrite history and talk about things that are not really true. He's trying to bend the reality of the facts of the matter here, guys, with a lot of this stuff, man. Remember, he just recently said that Scottie Pippen could have won a championship without Michael Jordan. All I hear is that Michael Jordan never won without Scottie Pippen. He could have never won without Scottie Pippen. And I think we all agree that Michael Jordan needs some help. But now, Isiah Thomas is going to say that Scottie Pippen could have won without Michael Jordan. It's just crazy now. But I want to talk about these comments about Kevin Durant first and focus on those comments. When he talks about Kevin Durant and if he didn't tear his Achilles and, we don't know where Kevin Durant could have been all time and how that injury, derailed him to a degree. And it's just insane to me when I read these comments about, like I said, that he made about Kevin Durant. Because Isiah Thomas, he won't make these same comments from Michael Jordan. All he talks about, is Michael Jordan and how he had Scottie Pippen and how Michael Jordan cried to the NBA because of the way that they were playing the game, and Michael Jordan this and Michael Jordan that. I beat Michael Jordan. He does all this stuff about Michael Jordan, but he never does any what ifs from Michael Jordan. Isiah Thomas, you don't want to do no what ifs from Michael Jordan? You don't want to say, what if Michael Jordan wasn't getting clotheslined by us all the time? What if Michael Jordan wasn't going against the Jordan rules? Like, what if you guys didn't make the Jordan rules to go against Michael Jordan? What if you guys weren't allowed to do all those dirty tactics all those years against Michael Jordan? What if Scottie Pippen didn't get elbowed in the head by Bill Laimbeer in the 1989 Eastern Conference Finals in Game 6 and only played 2 minutes? What if he didn't get that elbow and get taken out for the rest of the game and not play another minute? What if? What if Scottie Pippen didn't have a migraine in Game 7 of the very next year, the Eastern Conference Finals in 1990. What if that, Isiah Thomas? Right, a lot of what ifs. But you don't want to talk about what if for Michael Jordan. We talk about what if for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant? What if he didn't blow his Achilles? What if Kevin Durant didn't go to the Warriors, Isiah Thomas? What would you be saying about Kevin Durant then? What would you be saying about him? You'd probably be saying Kevin Durant is an all-time great player, but still never won a championship. Still never led a team to a title. That's probably what you would be saying if Kevin Durant did not go to Golden State Warriors. But you want to talk about Kevin Durant and if he didn't tear his Achilles, to me, Kevin Durant and the Achilles injury is a bit of karma coming back on Kevin Durant. Now, we do not wish injuries on any player. I've never, ever wished anyone to be hurt. That's just terrible. I would never wish any professional athlete. I wish these guys can stay healthy their whole careers. All athletes for their whole careers be 100% healthy. So there's no excuses, really. But that's not the reality. And the reality is that's a bit of karma coming back on Kevin Durant. Right? There's a bit of it coming back on him. Because we all know Kevin Durant and the move that he made to Golden State was kind of him cheating the game, so to speak. Taking a shortcut. So, when Isiah Thomas talks about him being a possible top 10 all-time player, and if he didn't tear his Achilles, we would be maybe looking at Kevin Durant differently. I laugh. It's a laughable statement. Once again, you're not living in reality. You're trying to bend reality and rewrite history. Because where would Kevin Durant be if he did not join Steph Curry? Where would he be? He would not be nowhere near a top 10 player. And to me, he'll never be a top 10 player, Kevin Durant. I don't think he's anywhere close to that. But Isiah Thomas wants you to believe if Kevin Durant that, if. It's always ifs with these guys. He had the same engine for Michael Jordan. Yo, you know what, man? If we weren't beating Michael Jordan down like that, they probably would have beat us in 89. They probably would have beat us in 90 if we weren't cheating them like that. He don't want to say that, though. All he wants to talk about, I beat Michael Jordan. I beat Larry Bird. I beat Mike Magic Johnson. I did this. He don't want to talk about Dennis Rodman, Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer, none of them, Vader Microwave Johnson, Mark Aguirre, Rick Mahorn, John Sally, James Edwards, Chuck Daly. He don't want to mention any one of these. I never hear Isiah Thomas mention any of these guys when he's speaking. All he talks about is Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. That's all he does. I mean, it's insane. And in this case, he's talking about Kevin Durant and the ifs. Keep that same energy for Michael Jordan, Isiah Thomas. Because we could be doing a lot of ifs for you. If you guys didn't have the Jordan rules. If Scottie Pippen was really as great as you want him to say he is now, Isiah Thomas, then maybe Michael Jordan wins in 89 and 90 or 90. A lot of ifs, man. I hear a lot of these guys talking now. These ex-NBA players, a lot of these fools on these podcasts, everything is if now. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Once again, no humility, not being humble with their careers or being grateful or thankful that they were able to play in the NBA. No, they use their platform to pump themselves up, to rewrite the history of themselves and the people they went against. Isiah Thomas wants you to believe that he beat Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird by himself. It was me, I beat him. It was me. I beat the legendary Lakers. I beat the legendary Celtics. I beat the great Michael Jordan. I did that. Isiah Thomas, you were a great player. And you were the leader of the Pistons. But you were not alone. And you played with other great players, not just role players. Isiah Thomas wants you to believe he played in a Detroit Pistons team and he was the only great player. That he played with guys that were role players. Joe Dumars is a great player. Was a great player. Dennis Rodman obviously was a great player. Bill Laimbeer was a really good player, man. He wasn't a nice guy. He was a dirtbag, but he was a good player. John Sally is a good player. James Edwards, Vander Microwave Johnson was one of the best six men in the league. Chuck Daly's a great coach. He was a great coach, Chuck Daly. Isiah Thomas wasn't out there by himself carrying these guys. Joe Dumars won a Finals MVP in '89. What the hell are we talking about? I've told you guys this. Isiah Thomas needs to come back down to earth, come back in reality. Kevin Durant's a great player, guys. He's nowhere near top 10 all time. And even with the Achilles injury, even if he didn't, and the Golden State Warriors won 3 in a row, let's say, and he had 3 championships, or he stayed on the team, whatever the case may be, it would be irrelevant in the overall grand scheme of how people look at Kevin Durant and those championships. They would not be respected like that. They would not. And they are not respected like that. Where's Kevin Durant been since? There's been several years since the Achilles injury, guys. These guys are supposed to be bigger, stronger, faster. They have all the advancements in medicine, technology, all this stuff. Don't talk to me about the injuries. It ain't the same. There were guys having injuries, but they didn't have the kind of stuff that these guys did now, the kind of advantages these guys have now. There's no excuses, man. And Isiah Thomas, like I said, he's always talking crazy. He made some comments about Karl Malone. Excuse me for a second, guys. He made some comments on Karl Malone and Karl Malone missing free throws and how that cost the Utah Jazz change. You ever notice? It always goes back to Michael Jordan. It always goes back to Michael Jordan. Anytime he's doing this kind of stuff, we all know that Karl Malone and Isiah Thomas don't really like each other. They had some animosity towards each other during their careers. I don't know if they, straightened it out or, got on a one-on-one basis with each other, but they didn't like each other during their careers. And Isiah Thomas made some comments about Karl Malone. He said missing free throws and costing them the championship. I don't remember which one he said, I think 97 or whatever he said. And once again, I find it laughable that Isiah Thomas loves to go back in time, back in history, and rewrite these things and tell these things in a way where he tries to come across as if he's unblemished, as if he never missed a free throw, or as if other players in NBA's history have not made errors or missed free throws in key moments of games. And why is he saying these things? Like, why are you trying to tear down Karl Malone? Why are you trying to say that Michael Jordan and the Bulls didn't earn these championships now again? We're trying to say that, the only reason the Bulls won that year is because Karl Malone missed free throws. Once again, a lot of guys have missed free throws, man, in big moments and big games in the finals. A lot of guys have. A lot of great players. That's not always the reason why teams lose a championship game or a championship in general. Right? It's the best of 7. Best of 7. Yes, Karl Malone missed key free throws in some of those games against Chicago Bulls. We all remember Scottie Pippen saying, the mailman don't deliver on Sundays. Right? And Karl Malone missed these free throws. But they won't talk to you about free throws that Michael Jordan missed in some of those games, free throws that John Stockton missed in some of those games, or that Scottie Pippen missed in some of those games. Right? Some of these other guys missing those games. The Utah Jazz weren't perfect from the free throw line. Then it was Karl Malone missing free throws. Or it was Karl Malone missing free throws. If you take Karl Malone off the Utah Jazz, Isiah Thomas, where the hell are the Utah Jazz? Where the hell are they? They're not even in the finals. They're nowhere near the finals without Karl Malone. And everything that he does on the court, all the other things he does on the court. So yes, Karl Malone wasn't a great free throw shooter. He was a mediocre free throw shooter. What was he, about a 73% free throw shooter for his career, somewhere about there? Right? That's not great. It's not bad, though. Especially for a quote-unquote big man. It's not bad. However, when we talk about the free throw shooting, it wasn't just Karl Malone missing free throws that cost him the game. He did other things out there. He was a really good rebounder. Obviously, he's one of the great scorers in the history of the game. Right? He played really good defense. He was a solid defensive player. His presence alone. So Karl Malone did other things out there on the court. He wasn't out there known for being a free throw shooter extraordinaire. Meanwhile, there have been other great players in NBA's history who have been known for being good free throw shooters that have missed free throws in clutch moments, in key moments, down the stretch of games. But Isiah Thomas will talk about Karl Malone and talk about the free throws he missed and how that cost Utah Jazz championships, and Karl Malone was the weak link. He wasn't really this or that. Talking about, at the end of the games, Karl Malone, they'll foul Karl Malone. They don't want to foul John Stockton. What the hell? No, duh. Everyone on the basketball court, on a basketball team, is not a good free throw shooter. Not everybody is. Karl Malone being a 70% free throw shooter, or whatever he was for his career, That's not a black guy on Karl Malone's career. And it cost the Utah Jazz a championship. Yeah, maybe it cost them a game. Maybe it cost them a couple of points. But there were other plays leading up to those moments that cost them the games. It was the rebound that Michael Jordan got on some of these shots when guys missed free throws. Remember Michael Jordan missing his free throw in one of those games and getting his own rebound back? Remember the rebound that Michael Jordan got in some of these NBA finals over missed free throws? Michael Jordan got these rebounds off those Karl Malone free throw misses. So that wasn't just a play, Karl Malone missed those free throws. They didn't get the rebound too. It was plays leading up to that. How about Isiah Thomas? Didn't he make a bonehead play during the 1988 Eastern Conference Finals? Or, excuse me, the 1987 Eastern Conference Finals? When he, in fact, was inbounding the pass with his team up by 1 point with seconds left on the clock. And all they had to do was inbound the ball and they win the game. And he threw a bonehead pass. Larry Bird stole the ball, making one of the great plays of all time, and steals it and passes it to Dennis Johnson, who makes the layup. The Boston Celtics win the game. So that game would have put, I believe, the Pistons up 3-2, I believe, that game. But instead, they went down 3-2 and ended up losing the series in 7 games because of Isiah Thomas's error on that inbounds. Isiah Thomas want to talk about that play? Right? Does he want to talk about that play? Where you could clearly say that you cost the team the game right there. It was an inbounds play with seconds to go. Seconds. You're up by 1. And you make a play like that. Right? Isiah Thomas made a mistake, right? But also Larry Bird made a play on Isiah Thomas. But Isiah Thomas don't want to talk about that. Does he want to talk about that play? Oh, Isiah Thomas, man, coached the Pistons championship in 1987, man. They could have beat the Celtics, man. They could have won that game. That would have gave them the lead. Come on, Isiah Thomas, nothing nonsense, man. Like, you ain't never missed free throws in some of these games. The same thing, Isiah Thomas will talk about Scottie Pippen and the Chicago Bulls and what they did in 1994 without Michael Jordan. And a lot of people talk about, oh, man, Scottie Pippen, they got a phantom foul call and the Knicks got lucky because of that foul call. Dude, the series went 7 games. Where the hell was Scottie Pippen in Game 7? Where was he? He didn't have a Michael Jordan-esque performance. He didn't come out there and lead the Chicago Bulls to a Game 7 victory. He didn't do that. There's no excuses. Where was Scottie Pippen when the Bulls were supposed to inbound the ball and Scottie Pippen didn't want to do that? He didn't want to give the ball to Tony Kukoc, and he sat the game out. If Tony Kukoc doesn't hit that shot, the Bulls are down, guys. 3-0. 3-0. They don't want to talk about that, though. They talk about, it's a foul call. Foul calls all over NBA's history. A lot of foul calls, a lot of non-foul calls, a lot of injuries, all kinds of stuff. There's no excuse. There's results. The results. I want to hear about the results. Isiah Thomas just wants to tell you everything that happened in his career was because of him. He wants to point out the things that other great players had problems with their games. If this guy this guy couldn't do this. Oh, Michael Jordan only won because of this. He cried to this guy. Dude, you're crying now. As a grown man, all these years later, you're still crying, still jealous and envious. If this. And then he wants to come out and defend the error. It can't be both ways. This is why I say these guys sound ridiculous, man. If someone's saying crazy things about a certain era, and these guys want to come out now and defend these guys, or not defend themselves, or stick up for the errors, all of a sudden now they're taking it personal because now it affects them. You guys sound stupid now. We keep talking about this one way. You guys know the deal on the channel, man. We must continue to set the record straight on guys like Isiah Thomas, the Gilbert Arenases, the J.J. Reddicks, the Colin Cowherds, the Nick Wrights, the Kendrick Perkins, all these fools out here, man. We must continue to set the record straight on these clowns. Anyone else, Anthony Edwards and these comments, any fools that make comments, they're flip-flopping all over the place, man. Scottie Pippen, Isiah Thomas, these guys all over the place, man. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.